Hi guys, how are you? It's Mystic from Down Under. I hope everybody's doing really good and looking after themselves. This is a message today for the collective. I'm going to start off with some downloads. So I have some downloads here. Look, there's some information that's been given to you. And you've been able to make peace with your childhood traumas because of this information. That's what I'm being told. Now, for some of you, you have forgiven people who've really hurt you in the past. And now these are people that have treated you like you haven't belonged, or like you don't belong, I should say. Unlike now, you have a place of belonging. And for those of you who don't, you will. Hang in there. Please hang in there, because you will have a place of belonging. It's coming. There's been a shift in energy, and now some of you have removed people from your. Now these are people. Look, these could be people that have been in your life for a long time, but for some of you, this is two particular people that haven't been in your life for very long. You're removing them. And because you're moving people from the past, and some of you new people that have just entered your life, say in the last 2 months or so, this is what's bringing in the blessings, guys. And with that, there's been this shift, and it's allowing you to have a greater spiritual understanding of self. But it's brought through this information. So, this shift is being brought through the information that was given to you. Okay, sorry. Now, I really see the collective receiving money, support. And for some of you, this will be a new house. They're also telling me your understand of self now is what's bringing in these blessings by the universe. And it's coming in a big way, guys. All right? A very big way. So I'm also being told that please, it's super important that you get rid of any guilt or shame that you have had about yourself, or that people have put on you over the years. Because people have put a lot of guilt on you or shame, and it really doesn't belong to you. It does belong to them. And for a lot of you, you're owning what's yours, but you're, you really need to make sure that you're talking to yourself kindly and in the right way. So your thoughts about yourself are super important at this stage. And you need to understand that whatever's coming your way that's good, you deserve. Okay? You deserve this, and you need to know that you do. But with that, you need to have kind of thoughts about yourself. So you can't be criticizing yourself in your head. You can't be, talking bad about yourself in your head. There's nothing like that, okay? You have to stay absolutely positive so that this blessing can come your way. So they're the downloads that I have. I'm going to grab some cards and see what we've got there. Just bear with me. My candle's gone out because of the air conditioning, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're going to get into the cards here and see what we have. Archangel Michael to clear out space, please. I will receive these beautiful messages for the collective. Thank you. Forward movement. A short trip or travel. So you may have already traveled, or you're going to travel. You're going on some type of adventure. Like I said, I do see some money coming in here for you guys. There's been a big shift, and it's because of your perspective. It's because there's been a shift in your perspective. You guys have been really working on yourself as far as your spirituality is concerned, and like at a soul level, okay, for self. There is forward movement here. So this may not necessarily mean travel, but this is you moving forward. Not only are you moving forward, you've been able to recognize a lot of things. Now, I did say that you may have had some people that have entered your life just recently, whether it was the last 2 or 3 months or so. For some of you, it could be a little longer, but it's not for years. For some of you, it's years. It's going to be different for everybody. But the energy that I'm picking up is more months, okay? 5 months max. And these people, you have just understood now that these people are karmics for you. All right. Now, they could be friends, but you understand that they're karmics. Now, you may have, you may get sick a lot when you're around these people, or found that since you've been friends of these people or been in company of these people, that you have been getting sick a lot. You may not be able to move forward on certain things since you've been around these people, okay? And you found out for yourself that they're karmics. Gift. These people may have gave you gifts. You may have exchanged gifts with them. But you have a gift, okay, collective. And your gift is that you know now, when people walk into your life, who's a karmic, who isn't a karmic. It may have taken you a little while to work things out, but there was little things all along the way, and as it went on, these little things started to add up to something big, and it's changed your thinking, and you're going to end whatever this is, this relationship, friendship, whatever it is, with these karmics. You're manifesting dreams into action. Now, some of you really need to start dreaming big. I mean, extra big, yeah. Not, I'm just a simple type person. I don't really, like to have, the real fancy things, because if I do, people will think I'm flexing and all that type of stuff. If you've got the means, you've got the money, and you want it, go out there and get it. Have it. You deserve it. Who cares if people think you're flexing or you're full of yourself? You know who you are now, okay? And you need to start recognizing that, and you need to start having the things that you deserve. And you need to tell yourself that, and you need to know it. Because let's face it, since when have you cared what other people think? True? So, if you want it, have it. Pay attention to your cutoff game, because your cutoff game's strong, okay? So, whoever this is that you're cutting off, you may feel that you need to be a little diplomatic. I feel that you're going to do this in such a graceful way. And you will be very diplomatic about the way you do it. You're going to be very intelligent about the way you do it too. And, whoever this is, they're very immature. Now, like I said, this could be two people. This could be a couple. This could be one person. This could be just, someone that you've had a romantic relationship with. They're very immature, okay? Now, they may think you're cutting them off for all these other reasons. But when you put it to them, they're going to understand that it's their lack of maturity that's led to this. They've done something, so they've come into your home. This is just just like a scenario, but it's like they've come into your home and they've done something, they've said something, and like I said, it's little things that have mounted up into something big, and you found it disrespectful, is what I'm getting. Okay, and that's why it was sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back, and you're just like, no. Okay, but pay attention to that, because your cutoff game can be so strong. Now, if these people haven't intentionally done this, you're still going to cut it off, because you can see that your blessings are being stopped. And you know what? If they haven't intentionally done anything, but they've been sort of disrespectful along the way, not really understood that they were being disrespectful, then they're gonna have some good things happen to them too. They need to go their separate way, and you need to go your separate way, and it will work out good for everybody. But if their intentions were bad, and I think you're sensing that there's something there, you just can't quite put your finger on it, then you're going to be okay. But there will be karma. All right, there will be karma. So if they've done the right thing by you and it wasn't intention, they didn't intentionally try to do that, then everybody's good. But if they have, then there will be karma. There will be some kind of karma. All right, you're filling a void for these people, and it's like they're ciphering your energy. Not only are they ciphering your energy, there is a give and take. So there is like you're receiving, they're receiving. You may have gave each other gifts and things like that, but you're giving more somehow. Okay, so these people may be using you for money. For some of you, it might be, but they're gaining more out of this than you are, and it's starting to take a toll. But like I said, they've done something that was disrespectful. Okay, is what I'm being told. Okay, so now, so whether that was in your home, but it was somewhere that was your environment. They may have said something when you were in the car with them. It was your car. I don't know, but it's something in your environment. The next card that I got here is determination, self-compassion, self-love. Absolutely. Right? You guys need to be showing yourself some real love at this time. And, like I said, your cutoff game is strong. I feel that you're going to be very diplomatic and very intelligent about the way you go about this. You need to make sure that why you're telling this person that you're cutting them off. You need to show compassion for yourself. All right? You need to show self-love for you. Because this person may try to gaslight you, may try to want you to have pity on them. Okay? Obviously, if this person's intentionally done something to hurt you, your cutoff game is going to be strong. You're just going to cut it off at the head. Okay? But if not, you are going to let them down lightly, and you will be very diplomatic about the way you go about it. But please, don't fall into that trap of them, you feeling sorry for them. Okay? You make sure that you have self-compassion and self-love for yourself the whole time. Let's see what else we can get here. Thank you, sir. Okay, I've got 2 cards here. Trust yourself. Absolutely trust yourself. Okay? Trust your intuition. Trust your instincts. Really try to detach from this so that you can have a clear vision of what's going on here. Especially if you're actually sitting down, discussing this issue or this with this person. I don't feel as if you're going to get into some type of argument with them. I think you're going to be very clever the way you go about it so that it doesn't turn into an argument. Because that's the last thing that you want, any type of conflict. You know, you'd rather just, you know, if it is something contention, just cut it off the head and never have anything to do with them. And just, you know, go ghost on whoever it is, or actually explain, look, it's this, and this is why it can't be anymore. Excuse me. Okay, we've got disruption, distraction, a change, and we've got some spiritual crisis here. Okay, then we've got emergency. Now I feel that this is it. This is a spiritual crisis because it's having such a toll on you. Now there could be somebody in your family also that's very close to you who senses or never really got along with these people either. It was just like a gut feeling, and now you're understanding that, you know, it was almost like, it's not like you didn't believe the person, but you're somebody who's just like, well, let me watch this and see how this plays out, you know. And if there's too many things and they cross the line, then that's when I will say something. That's when I will react. Then we've got values, attitude, identity, and goals. Now, like I said earlier, there's something within your childhood. There's some type of childhood trauma. You've had some information in regards to that, and you know, you feel like you belong now. There's something about that, and you've got a sense of belonging. And so we have the identity crisis, and that may be the case for you, or for some of you, that there was some type of identity crisis in relationship to belonging, trying to, you know, this talks about attitude, beliefs, values, and things like that, you know. So you may have a whole new set of values and beliefs now because of that information. Okay. You're protected. Okay? Your protection is Archangel Michael. I'm here now. So a lot of you may work with Archangel Michael. You may call on Archangel Michael. A lot of people do call on Archangel Michael. I feel that Archangel Michael is with you. You may feel that. You may get little intuitive nudges here and there. That is Archangel Michael. Okay? It's also your spirit team leading you away from this so that you do what's best for you. Your life is yours. It takes courage, okay? And it says courage here. It does take courage to create the life that you want to create, because sometimes we need to get rid of people in our lives that we may love, we may be close to, but we know that they don't serve a purpose because of the way they make us feel, and we're, you know, they make us feel stuck and we're unable to move forward. And you know, some people will thrive from that, from you being stuck, and others will stay stuck as well. Okay? It depends on their intention. So whether they're intentionally trying to do this to you, or whether this is something that they're just not aware of because they're just immature. But I feel that this is something, you know what it is, you just really can't put your finger on it. So it says, you have what it takes to be the person you want to be. Absolutely you do. You know, it's like you've got a clean slate here to move forward. And you're going to be able to do that now. You're not going to make the same mistakes. you're not going to, you know, all your experiences and all the things that you've been through in your life. And for some of you, this could be over 20, 30, 50 years, you know, of, you know, just struggling and trying to get through, trying to push forward, trying to weed out the people that you don't need to have in your life, so that you are able to manifest your dreams and put them into action. And it takes courage. It hasn't been easy. So I really commend you guys on being able to push forward like that, because, you know, it takes a lot. And like I said earlier, whoever this is, whether this is your family, a friend, or whoever this is, they have really hurt you in some way. Especially the childhood trauma, they have really hurt you. But somehow throughout all of this, you have been able to, and this isn't for everybody, okay, but you have been able to forgive. And that's awesome. That's all I have for you guys. I hope these messages resonated with you. Be sure to hit the like button or hit the notification bell. I'm Mystic from Down Under, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.